welcome back to Panic Butter. Join us, it's free. Hit that subscribe button. Join us. We're gonna have an interesting one for you today. Sit back, let's go. Well, that was quick. That was interesting. What do you think that was? Was it real? That's the question. Here comes another one. Let's go.
Olha ele no meio do morro.
Camufladão,
A gente tá 1,5 km daqui, né?
Olha só, ele tá descendo agora. Ele tá descendo daqui, ó.
Gente, é muito...
Cara, menos de 1 minuto.
Olha só.
Tudo isso.
Não, gente, vamos lá, mãe. Vamos.
Não, olha
Cara,
lá.
de como que se fosse um macaco?
Tá conseguindo ver ele ainda?
Aham.
Direção essa pedra aqui, ó.
Não,
Tá no zoom máximo aqui.
Não, eu tô vendo aí, eu tô vendo. É um gigante mesmo.
ele tá descendo.
Well, that's something, huh? What do you think that is?
Olha a rapidez. Olha a rapidez.
Caiu atrás da
Is
pedra.
that just a big tourist, or is that really something? With all that's going on now, what's your thoughts? Let's go again.
It's probably about 4 or 5 feet tall. I didn't know what the heck was going on, and I was up on this mountain in outside Boone, North Carolina, up in the mountains. And this, at first, I thought it was a deer on its hind legs looking at me, and because it had deer-like eyes, and it came over and touched my right shoulder so firmly I could see the indentation. And with that, there's an electromagnetic field. All my hair stood on. It's when I had hair, and all my hair stood on end. And it was this amazing event that happened with this being. So, you know, it was not at all frightening to me. It was beautiful, but and I think that what the interest of that particular experience, those ETs was a young guy, 18, who had a near-death experience, who understood consciousness and understood the central role of what's called in physics entanglement, where everything's connected in the consciousness field, but also in physics. And so in order to understand going from a far distant star system to here, you're not going to do that in a straight line at the speed of light.
There's a lot to unpack there, huh? That was a cool video. Heavy-duty graphics, if it's real. What do you think? It was really cool. That's what it was to me. Really cool. Here we go.
In a leaked video that emerged on the internet, an alleged encounter between a man and an extraterrestrial being took place at an undisclosed location within a secret base in the United States. The encounter reportedly occurred during the nighttime, and due to the video's quality, the specific surroundings remain unidentified. It is believed that this encounter took place in 2017, although no official confirmation from the government has been provided. The video begins with a man standing a short distance away from what appears to be an extraterrestrial being, commonly referred to as a Grey. Both individuals face each other and maintain eye contact for several moments. The extraterrestrial's physical features resemble typical depictions of Greys: a hairless, pale grayish skin tone, large dark eyes, and a slight frame. The man remains calm throughout the encounter, showing no signs of distress or fear. Their interaction appears to be nonverbal, as no audible communication is captured in the leaked video. Despite this, their body language seems engaged and focused. The man and the extraterrestrial being exchange glances, perhaps attempting to convey meaning or understanding to one another. It is worth noting that any interpretation of their interaction remains speculative due to the lack of context provided. After a brief period of visual engagement, the man and the extraterrestrial reach out and firmly shake hands. This momentary physical contact suggests a mutual acknowledgement or agreement between the two parties. The handshake appears formal, devoid of any overt displays of emotion or excitement. Both individuals maintain a composed demeanor throughout the encounter, further adding to the enigmatic nature of the video. It is important to emphasize that the authenticity and veracity of this video remain unverified, as no official confirmation or statements have been released by the government or reputable sources, skepticism should be exercised when evaluating the footage. The leaked video serves as a piece of intriguing but unconfirmed evidence in the realm of alleged extraterrestrial encounters. As with any leaked material, its origin and intentions behind its release by an anonymous source raise additional questions about its credibility. The lack of supporting information or corroboration adds further complexity to the assessment of this alleged encounter. Without official documentation or reliable sources, it is impossible to draw definitive conclusions regarding the nature and significance of this encounter. Until further evidence emerges or official disclosures are made, this leaked video remains an unverified curiosity within the realm of alleged extraterrestrial encounters.
Well, that particular video is a little older. It does come from when there wasn't so much online. Here we go. See it. What is that? Huh. Does have a nice clear shot, huh? Not the typical shakiness, zooming in and out. A little bit more stable, a little bit easier to see. What do you think? What do you think it is? Question. Where is it from? Kind of looks like one of them old mines that, well, that changes it. Now it doesn't look like that anymore. Huh. Kind of weird looking. What do you think that is? Yeah, that was a little different, more stable than most, huh? Gotta see a little bit. What is it though? What do you think it is? Wind.
Okay, baby. It's okay, baby.
What the heck? And what was that? Yeah, where is that? How long did it take them to see it? Holy crap. Let's go.
It's one of the most evil, vicious Navy bases in the history of the planet. They do stuff that would make like Santa Claus. Diego Garcia.
So,
Wait.
sorry.
Diego Garcia. That's where that first Malaysian plane is. That's where it landed. It had 4 scientists on it. Huh? 20 scientists, but 4 had filed for patents. It was Malaysia, but they worked out of Austin, Texas, for Texas Instruments. And the ones behind that plane was Texas Instruments, the government, and Boeing, who made the plane. And everybody is stupid enough to believe that a plane almost a block long can just disappear. With the electronics we have, next generation of cars will come out, there'll be no driver. So we got 4 of those top scientists that had filed for patents worth $400 billion. And then here's a friend of yours who's with us. So 5 of us filed for patents. If we die before the patent is granted, then your brother, who wasn't on the plane with us, he owns them all.
Sounds familiar,
So
huh?
those 4 scientists, and the 5th person was the Carlyle Group. They own them all now. The patent was granted 3 days after the plane was missing.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that sounds a familiar story. Here we go. Let's see what's up next. Underground. Where does it take you? Pretty crazy how most cities have cities underneath them. Like, what's gonna happen with what you currently see now in the future? How far down will you be? That's some pretty old stuff right there. That's for sure. That looks like utility access. Better than burying it where you can't get to it, but more spooky once it's found by people who don't know what it is, why it's there. That's when the fun begins. Let's go. What the heck was that? Will that person ever go in and get more footage? We're waiting. Let's see what's up next.
We would keep their presence on Earth a secret. They would furnish us with advanced technology and would help us in our technological development. They would not make any treaty with any other Earth nation. They could abduct humans on a limited and periodic basis for the purpose of medical examination and monitoring of our development, with the stipulation that the humans would not be harmed, would be returned to their point of abduction, that the humans would have no memory of the event, and that the alien nation would furnish MJ-12 with a list of all human contacts and abductees on a regularly scheduled basis. And this is not being done. It was agreed that each nation would receive the ambassador of the other for as long as the treaty remained in force. It was further agreed that the alien nation and the United States would exchange 16 personnel each to the other with the purpose of learning each of the other. The alien guests would remain on Earth, and the human guests would travel to the alien point of origin for a specified period of time, then return, at which point a reverse exchange would be made. I have no knowledge whatsoever of what happened to those original 16 humans who left the Earth with the aliens. It was also agreed that bases would be constructed underground for the use of the alien nation, and that 2 bases would be constructed for the joint use of the alien nation and the United States government. The base at Dulce is one, the base at S4 in the area known as Area 51 or Greenland is the second. Exchange of technology would take place in the jointly occupied bases. These alien bases would be constructed under Indian reservations in the 4 corners of Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona, and one would be constructed in Nevada in the area known as S4, located approximately 7 miles south of the western border of Area 51, otherwise known as Greenland. All alien areas are under complete control of the Naval Department, and all personnel who work in these complexes receive their checks from the Navy. Construction of the bases began immediately, but progress was slow until large amounts of money were made available in 1957, and in the meantime work continued on the Yellow Book with the information derived from the guests.
Whoa.
I would like to say at this time that the movie that most of you may have seen, how many of you saw Close Encounters of the Third Kind? That movie was absolutely true. Those events did take place. Not exactly as you saw them, not in the place where you saw them take place, but there was a landing, there was an agreement, there was conversation, there was an exchange of personnel made. I would like to say now also that J. Allen Hynek was the technical director on that movie, and he was also the co-author of Grudge 13, which I read between the years 1970 and 1973, along with another man named Lieutenant Colonel Friend.
Well, that was pretty heavy duty. What about national parks? This is the time when a lot of them came around. Is that part of it? Why they are there? Why you can't get no info?
At the end of the frame came something else. It flew into the frame like this, and it shot a beam of light at the warhead, which is represented by my thumb here. Now, remember, all this stuff is flying at several thousand miles an hour. So this thing fires a beam of light at the warhead, hits it, and then this thing flies up like this. Meanwhile, we're all going like this, fires another beam of light, goes around like this, we're going like this, fires another beam of light, goes down like this, fires another beam of light, and then flies out the way it came in. And the warhead tumbles out of space. Now, I saw that. I don't give a goddamn what anybody else says about it. I saw that on film. Phil Class can kiss my ass. He wasn't there. I was.
Oh, we saw it too. We saw it too.
Now, when the lights came on, Major Mansman turned around and looked at me and said, "Were you guys screwing around up there?" And I said, "No, sir." And he said, "What was that?" And I said, "It looks to me like we got a UFO."
And boom! You better be quiet and forget you said that. You need a vacation. Let's see what's up next. What? The aliens are just out for a stroll, cruising by. Oh, hey, look at there, opportunity. Is that a human? Grab him. Back up, get him and let's go. Yeah, I always wanted me one of them. Thank you very much. Yeah. What? Better pay attention, huh? Can't turn your back anywhere. Oh my.
Allegedly, there is a secret underground alien base in Dulce, New Mexico. On the surface, it's just a small southwestern town. It doesn't even have a traffic light. But according to the most bizarre rumors, this little town is just a cap on a gargantuan underground facility that is home to unimaginable experiments and technologies. For the tinfoil hat wearers, there's a whole world underneath Dulce. A secret, high-tech one filled with aliens. The colorful claims of the paranormal have come from many different times and people in Dulce. Never mind all that cattle stuff. Phil Schneider, a former explosive engineer employed by the US government, introduced the idea of Dulce as a site of a brutal human-alien war. Schneider, who had high-level security clearance, claimed that he helped construct a secret underground base in Dulce in 1979. There, he says, he witnessed a battle with subterranean aliens that left 60 humans dead. The alien war wages on to this day. Phil died 1 year after the following ufology conference. Allegedly, the cause of death was never fully explained. This is his story.
During the unbelievable part, I was involved in building another base inside of Dulce, New Mexico, which is Los Alamos Laboratory. It's a biological laboratory. On the southwest part of the Archuleta Mesa, we built an underground facility, a better part of 3 cubic miles hollowed out underground. Then to the southwest of that, we were in the process of the early stages of building. We drilled 4 large tunnel-like holes. Some of them ran 2.5 miles under the surface. Number of the original wells or drilling machines that were used were at the rate of up 2 miles a day. It was fairly rapid. The equipment kept coming up broken. So we wanted to go down, we wanted to send somebody down there, a human observer, or human observers in this case, to find out what was going on. Well, to our total surprise, first of all, the government knew all about it. They didn't tell anybody. When I saw Green Beret and Black Beret people encamped inside of our geologist camp, I knew something was up, the gig was up. First of all, I knew all about the alien agenda. I'll explain that in a few minutes. The large alien grays had been encamped there for as best as believed possible about 400 or 500 years. Had been one of their internal bases. And we drilled holes right on top of it. All the stinking air, all the black sooty air came right out as soon as the first hole was sunk, and all this soot came up, and well, that's when all the hell broke loose, really, all started. Anyway, after we drilled all 4 holes, it took about 2 days to drill all 4 of them. And when you build an underground base, you drill 4 basic holes, and then you build called stopes or cross-member holes across, and then you use blasting equipment, special blasting equipment by the analyzation of the rock formation, and you literally blast out or tunnel out or deflagrate or melt rock out to build the large rooms that are required for this underground base. Well, in this process, I was lowered down the basket of one of these holes, and about from me to this elderly woman here in the front was sitting a 7-foot-tall alien gray. The stench was worse than the worst garbage can you can imagine. The person the entity was absolutely horrible. I didn't waste any time. I reached for my pistol. At that time, as an engineer, I didn't have time to carry all the folderol of one of these big submachine guns that all the sea spray and the yellow fruit and all the outer perimeter and inner perimeter security people carried. I carried a little Walther PPK pistol with a 9-shot clip. this is in late August of 1979. Now, you got a regular suit of clothes, you got a regular clothes on, plus you're in a almost like a spacesuit environment, and you're reaching for a gun. It's not the easiest thing to do, and then to pop a clip in it and start shooting. And I killed 2 of them. Yes, they're mortal, and they do die. However, in the process,
lost my hand.
One of them did this. All I remember is that he just kind of waved his hand in front of his chest, and the next thing I know, this blue beam hit me and just literally opened me up like a fish.
Look at his hand.
Burnt my fingers right off of me, and it was some form of electrical force, because the kind of like being hit by a lightning bolt burned all my toenails off of me.
Holy crap.
Crispy crittered my left foot. Burnt the shoe right off of me. All I remember was the smoking remains, and I'm still conscious, but in and out of, I didn't remember much. And there was a Green Beret that was right behind me that risked his life. In fact, he died. But he risked his life. He shoved me back in the basket and hit the button and took me up. And I wouldn't be alive talking to you today.
He knew what was up.
I'm forever indebted. He lost his life. 66 Secret Service agents, Green Berets, Black Berets, crack troops lost their lives because the government, our United States government, lied, did not tell us anything about the alien threat. There's a war underneath there, and I'm talking dead serious. It's been going on since that time. Since late August of 1979, our military, the Russian military, basically the militaries of the world, have been in constant conflict with the outer space alien. The small gray, the large gray, the reptilians, the whole thing. There are 11 distinct races of aliens. 2 are benevolent. One had to leave here in a hurry because their world is under attack, both on the surface as well as underground there, the Pleiadians. They're familiar. Maybe some of you are familiar.
Holy crap, there's a lot to... Man, that just makes you go, what the heck is going on here? Thanks for joining us. If you made it this far, hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment. We'll see you next time.